Hey guys, it's time to predict the scores of week 11 of this 2022-2023 Championship season. Now, back in game week 10, I had an absolute disaster again, but Vindaloo Victory had a good week. He or she came away with 12 points and 2 perfect scores overall. At the top of the leaderboard now is Harvey Marsh and Maka03, both on 76.5 points. But let's just get straight into it. Move along, make the predictions for week 11. First up, we've got Birmingham City coming up against Coventry. Birmingham now back-to-back victories, up to 14th in the table, and Coventry still rock bottom. But they did carve out a draw against Luton Town last time out, their first points in 5 games. So I think Birmingham at home, sometimes you don't know what to expect from them, but I'm going to go for a 2-1 home victory to the Blues. Then, next up, we've got Burnley coming up against Bristol City. Bristol City scoring 2 against Norwich, but ultimately they lost 3-2 on the night on Wednesday evening. And Burnley, another draw for them against Preston North End. Another tight one, goals again. But I fancy Burnley just to win this one 2-1. They've got Huddersfield against Cardiff. Cardiff having a fine victory against Middlesbrough away. They were 3-0 up in that one, but second half let a couple of goals in. And Huddersfield, another loss for them against Wigan Athletic. That's their third one on the bounce now. Difficult to predict. Cardiff, you're not sure what you're really going to get with them. I'm going to go for a draw in this one, 1-1. Then we got Luton Town coming up against Blackburn Rovers. As we said, Luton drawing their last match 2-2 against Coventry. Coventry, I think they scored something like the 60th or 70th minute to equalise there. A Blackburn Rovers team now, another fine win for them against Watford. Very good. So I fancy Blackburn just to take all 3 points in this one, 2-1. Then we've got Middlesbrough coming up against Rotherham. Rotherham, as we've already said quite a few times now, doing ever so well. A good 3-0 victory against Blackpool. And Middlesbrough in different form, but I am going to go for a win for Borough in this one. They are at home, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory, but I might get that one wrong. Then we move on to Millwall against Blackpool. Now Millwall, traditionally strong at home. Blackpool themselves losing against Rotherham 3-0, but you'd expect Millwall to win this one, but the Championship, who can predict this? Not me. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one. Hopefully I'll get that one right. Then we've got Norwich coming up against West Brom. Norwich now, I think that's 6 games on the bounce. They've got all 3 points, and West Brom haven't won in 4, losing against Birmingham City in their last match 3-2. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 home victory to the Canaries in this one. Then we move on to Preston against Sheffield United. Sheffield United now winning 5 of their last 6 matches. A late show against Swansea where they scored in something like the 96th minute. The Jacks fans didn't like that at all, did they? And Preston North End, defensively, they're not conceding still. I think they've only conceded something like 3 goals this season. A 1-1 draw against Burnley last time out. So I'm going to go for another away victory to the Blades in this one, a narrow win, 1-0. Then we move on to Queen's Park Rangers against Stoke City. Stoke, a very good fine win away against Hull City last time out, 3-0, and QPR picking up their 3rd victory in 4 with that good away victory against Millwall. So in this one, I think it's going to be honours even, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Then we move on to the Jacks Swans against Hull City. Hull, 4 defeats in their last 3 matches. That disastrous defeat against Stoke 3-0 last time out. And Swansea, they would have felt aggrieved losing right at the death against Sheffield United. But I think the Jacks at home, I'm going to give them all 3 points in this one. I expect them to win 2-0. Then we got Watford coming up against Sunderland. Watford now 1 victory in their last 6 matches, with the array of talent in their ranks. They're not doing as everybody predicted that they do, losing 2-0 against Blackburn last time out. And Sunderland, a very good victory against Reading, who were themselves inconsistent, but this one I'm going to go for a draw, 1-1. Then the final fixture of this game week sees Wigan Athletic taking on Reading. Wigan now 2 back-to-back victories, and they've beaten Huddersfield last time out, whereas Reading suffered defeat at the hands of Sunderland. So I'm going to give this to the Lactics. I'm going to go for a 2-1 home victory. So that concludes my predictions for week 11 of this 2022-2023 Championship. Make sure you join in the fun over at the Super Brew website. Get your predictions in, climb to the top of the league, see if we can take on the likes of Harvey Marsh, Macca 0-3 at the top of that table. Enjoy your championship weekend, enjoy the football, whatever you're watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.